Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take a quick look here at TAO, Bitunix, or whatever you want to call it. We are looking at a pretty solid little situation here with a descending broadening wedge pattern. These are very bullish in most cases, especially with that local point of control being below the price. We're going to double check a few things, of course. We're not just going to consider taking a trade based on a bullish pattern, but it's a good start, right? That's kind of how it works. Now, when we take a look at the back end liquidation data, let's go ahead and start with that here first. I have it already pulled up here. We have 350 as that local area of liquidation to the downside and kind of sparse between 400 to 440. So that's likely the next target area. Keep in mind, a lot of support accumulates at liquidation. So bear in mind, liquidation isn't based on support. It's typically the other way around. So the key takeaway here is 350. We saw somewhat of a double or triple bottom, depending on how you count it out. And that's a pretty solid support for us, reinforcing and emphasizing continuation higher. The thing that isn't super beneficial here, which I'd like to see this change, and this could change soon, of course, is liquidation long delta, or more so short delta. We have more shorts in the market than longs right now, implying we could see a short squeeze, but also reinforcing resistance at the current price point of 390. Furthermore, we'll get open interest here at 390 as well. So potentially waiting for a break above 390 might be advantageous just to ensure that we can close above that level, either on the daily or the 4-hour time frame. Let's double check here the daily though, kind of see where we're at. This is kind of where we're at for the moment on the daily time frame. And we will recognize here that we're holding at our 0.382 fib level with that macro point of control. Obviously, we zoom in a little bit, 250 is that most amount of accumulation when the price was down here roughly a couple months ago. But right now, locally, zooming in specifically to the current price action, we can see that there's a lot more volume at that 350 to 360 range. Again, that's a good sign. So overall, those are very positive. We're still under all moving averages though, so haven't fully broken bullish yet, but we're starting here. We're getting closer to 50 on the RSI, stochastic swinging up. It's a little premature, but the daily time frame looks like it's ready to rock and roll. However, we need to make sure that Bitcoin stays in the 107 plus K range. If that doesn't happen, we may see one more leg down. So still maybe a little premature, but we're right here in the middle of all moving averages on the 4-hour time frame. And we also are above all moving averages, or correction, sorry, our RSI at 50, stochastic, our SMA there. Things are looking pretty good. Okay, the overall 4-hour time frame looks pretty solid. We did also break through our local high here, kind of reinforcing continuation further up. So those are all positive signs, things I like to look for when taking a long. But you do got to recognize we got some resistance above us. There's no doubt that this 400 to 440 mark will cause, not concern, but it'll cause some slowing pressure. Okay, so just be careful trying to take a long right at this exact moment. Once we break free from this descending trend line here, though, I would say that would be a cause for considering a long at that point. Okay, it's easier to say though, of course. So either way, if you consider a long, just make sure you secure profits on the way up. Adjust your stop loss higher. There's still some risk involved here. This isn't like a clean, super clean, awesome situation, but it's mostly beneficial, if that makes any sense. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And thanks again for the request. I think it was Crypto77, one of my premium members there. I appreciate you, or 777 rather. Thank you again for being just amazing part of my life. And otherwise, thank you again to you as well, whoever else is watching, for just being, awesome, positive, wonderful people. It's really cool to be able to provide this kind of help to a lot of different people. If you want access to our Trading Academy Community Signals group, link down below, cryptocash.tech. I've also got a, playout charts and everything kind of flowing through my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you're interested in staying a little more abreast. All right, folks, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.